We're joined by Bryan Hayes and Bruce Boudreau. And guys, an absolute shocking start to the NHL season in Alberta. Fresh off losing in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, the Oilers are 0-3 and have the league's worst goal differential. Also in Alberta, the undefeated Calgary Flames. Who thought I'd be saying that right now? Bruce, let's start with you. Which of these starts is most surprising?
Well, Sarah, to me, it's easy. I mean, it's the Oilers start is crazy. How often this summer did we say, don't worry about the Oilers. They're not going to make that same mistake again. They're not going to start out 2-9-1. And all of a sudden, here we are. They've scored 3 goals. They've had 15 goals scored against us. And they look like, I mean, they can't stop a beach ball, or they can't prevent anybody from scoring. So that has been the surprise to me. Hey, Calgary's not a surprise. And I'll tell you why. Because as coaches, when you look at the schedule, the last thing you want to do is play non-playoff teams at the beginning of the season, because they still think they're good. Now, I'm telling you, if Calgary is 15-5 at the 20-game mark, then you might make me a believer. Right now, teams that were out of the playoffs, they work extra hard right now to get good, and Calgary's doing it so far.
Yeah, Calgary's been great, and Calgary's my answer. And it's just as easy for you to say the Oilers as it's easy for me to say the Flames here, Sarah, because of what you just said, Bruce. They put their stake in the ground in the offseason. I believe they're looking to rebuild here. I think they know that. I think they're building towards that next building that's going to open in a few years. They trade Markstrom in the offseason. They're really not overly active in the offseason. And it's also the way that they started. They were down 3-0 against Vancouver opening night, and then 4-1 opening night in their building. They storm back and win in overtime. Then they go into Edmonton. Big game for the Oilers, who are trying to knock the rust off, like Bruce just said. And the Flames go in there and they spank them. Jonathan Huberdeau looks like he's in South Beach again. Like, he looks like he knows what he's doing. He's back in Florida, and he's playing really well. I don't think this is going to continue for Calgary, but I wasn't sure at any point would they win 3 in a row, let alone against really good teams within the division like Vancouver and Edmonton on the road. For me, the biggest surprise in the province is the Calgary Flames at 3-0.
Yeah, the quality of teams they've been playing against. That's what I think makes it even more surprising. So now, Bruce, how many playoff teams will there be coming out of the province of Alberta this season?
Well, there's only going to be one in my mind, and it's still going to be Edmonton. Calgary's got a great start, but I would be shocked. I'd be very happy for them if they could keep it up, but I just don't think there's any way when it starts to get into the season a little deeper that they're going to be able to keep this stuff up.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm still pro Edmonton, which, again, early in the season, it feels like we're dumping on the Flames here, but I don't think they're in a position where they think they're going to be competitive. And I think come the trade deadline, they will have fallen deeper into the standings at that point, Sarah, and I think they got to make some moves and move off some contracts, move off some pieces, bring in some youth, some depth, and again, build towards 2-3 years down the road. You get into that new building in Calgary, you want to be ready to pop. So I think Edmonton still makes it. They got to snap out of it. They're in a stupor right now. They really got to snap out of it. Edmonton gets in. Calgary will still miss.
Yeah, the whole Edmonton thing is really a head-scratcher. But the Flames, their fans got to be having fun right now. They'll love that Jonathan Huberdeau has 5 points in 3 games, like he's in South Beach. And it's early, but that's good for 14th in league scoring.